They might just be heavy for a reason. All right. I'm gonna
Theodore
take.
will just kind of like rib you a little bit. It's like, we could always just strike up a conversation.
Oh, sorry, I'm a doe-eyed ingenue. There's nothing of the wider world. Ha 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 ha! And laugh it off. I do have critique.
Don't you lie to me anymore like that. But but yeah. So what do you intend to do then?
Case the joint out. I've got the address and a contact person, and I'm going to look at the way the groundskeepers are dressed. After we've hung around for a while, I'm going to say I'm not feeling well. Good old excuse, 1920s, and ask to go home.
Oh, of course, of course.
You can stay.
But first, make me a mind observation roll to case the joint and observe people's wear, habits, and where people are.
Okay. Huh, I thought I had more
And
observation.
this will give you the assist die for later.
Yeah. Okay.
That is still 2 successes. You will have an extra D8 later when you come back to break in.
Okay.
Or do as you will.
Okay.
Okay. So, you have gone ahead and set up for tonight.
Yep. Well, actually, the plan is, after we leave, I'm going to instead of going home. Okay, I have to do two things. First, I have to go to, I guess, see how late did we go? Are any stores still open?
Oh, it's still early evening. Everything's still open.
Okay, because I have two things to do. One is I'm going to have a package express delivered to the hotel tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
To the address that's written in Slater's book. Does Slater's book have any written instructions to put on the package? It just has the address.
It does have a couple of instructions. You more or less just leave it mostly blank and have it addressed to a Mr. A and B.
Okay, so it says package is addressed to Mr. A and B. Okay, so that's the clue. Okay.
Right.
I'll write that on the package, and in the package, I'm going to put Slater's gun, empty but with no bullets.
Interesting.
And then I'm going to go buy a groundskeeper outfit that looks like the groundskeeper outfits I saw while I was at the club.
Of course, and that's simple enough to pick up and find. You now have a handy outfit.
All right. Then, after I set the package to be delivered, around 4 a.m., I'm going to sneak back into the club dressed as a groundskeeper.
All right, excellent. And before we go ahead and infiltrate that, Dante and Zamek, you have been working on tricks today. Have you come up with anything interesting, or do you have something you'd like to do with the evening?
I mean, I guess the only thing I want to do is check out this article. So I sneak out of the theater and I go to this address where this fire happened. Check it out.
Alright, so you head downtown, and it's easy enough to find it because there is a nice burnt-out hole in the side of the apartment in question. The walls are blackened, and about on the 3rd floor, just an entire corner of the building is gone and depressed in on one of the apartments.
Okay. Do I catch any, like, do I notice anything?
What are you looking for? What are you doing?
Let me see what I can
Are
do.
you gonna, like, go straight up there and actually, push about the rubble?
Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to go up there and see if I can poke around in the fire and see if I can catch some sense from my ancestors as to why I need to be here.
Okay, so you will try to get into the apartments, and there is a doorman at the bottom.
Okay.
And he'll open up and go, hello there, sir. Are you visiting someone in particular?
It's like, yes, 3rd floor. And
3rd
I
floor?
just say,
Who are you visiting? We had a fire recently up on the 3rd floor.
I go,
Hey, if you're looking for Mr. Foghorn, he's moved over to his suburb home.
Oh, yes, right. I understand. Um, I'm here to
You're not
check on
another
something.
reporter, are you?
No, absolutely not. I'm here actually on personal business from Mr. Foghorn, and I just need to check something inside of this apartment, and I'll be in and out in a minute.
I'm afraid I can't just let you up there.
Well, you can come with me if you like. I'm not going to steal anything.
Well, do you have a warrant or anything, or...
Let's just say this is a rather sensitive personal business for Mr. Foghorn. He'd like to keep it discreet, if you understand what I mean.
Alright, how are you going to convince him to allow you to let you up there?
I mean, I have presence, which I assume is some sort of like performance type thing where I can.
It's
Uh,
about standing big and drawing attention to yourself. You could
uh,
sort of try to threaten him or imply a threat of some kind is around
well,
that you're here to deal with.
that's what I'll go with. I'll go with the impression that Mr. Foghorn won't be too happy
But
if
of
I'm
course, you would understand the repercussions of that kind of threat. But let's go ahead and see what happens. He's just
So
a lonely doorman, so he's just gonna roll a couple dice. Alright, he's not looking too hot.
I'm assuming this is a mind will presence.
That is correct.
All right, so that gives me. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oops. What does that get me?
That is a tie. Do you have anything to try to claim victory here in this tie?
Anything to. All right. I have observation. Is there a chance that I can look past him? No, because I already said I was seeing Mr.
Well,
Foghorn.
what kind of material advantage would you have here to tap?
Material. Um, give me a moment here. We're not in Eastwood, are we?
No. You could actually tap favored use and reroll one of those d6s, or the one anyway. If you don't have a favored use of presence. You
So
could
how does?
also fork up some cash as a
Well,
suggestion.
I'm assuming I'm a poor man. What do you mean
You
by?
did have a show just a couple days ago. You did pull in some money. You're not completely penniless at the moment.
Now,
You
what do
would
you
be
mean?
giving up some of your cash.
That's true. Um, Now, what do you mean by re-rolling by turning in one of these favors?
So each of your skill can have a favored use.
That's
That would
right.
be a situation or a specific type of roll where they would be able to re-roll any ones that get rolled.
All right, then. So then I guess I will use that for presence.
You'd want to make a note next to that skill that is your favorite use.
Gotcha.
Because once you
Thank you.
mark it
So
down, it becomes permanent unless you buy a new favorite use.
Yeah,
right. So for
gotcha.
presence here, would it be for frightening people, intimidating people, for intimidating a particular type of person?
Intimidating.
Okay, so we could go ahead and write that down then. You could go ahead and even put that as the scare stunt if you want.
Gotcha. Give me 1 second here. Intimidate. Gotcha. All right. So that just allows me to re-roll one.
Correct. So let's go ahead and reroll. There you go. So you go ahead and tap your favorite use, and he sort of gets a little bit the message, like, oh, if you think something's going on, I'll walk you up there.
No
And
problem.
he will go ahead and walk you upstairs. He takes you to the third floor, where, of course, the smell of smoke is kind of embedded in the hallway at this moment. And as soon as he goes to the end of the hallway, towards that corner of the building, he will reach out his keys open up the door, and a draft of cold air and smoky scent will just sort of assault you as you have a nice big open hole facing straight out into the open air. And of course, a burnt out section of apartment as well.
All right, so I turn to the doorman and I go, "Can I just ask you something really quick?
Yeah, what's on your mind?
Were you here when the fire happened?
Afraid not. That was Jerry's night, I think.
What did you hear about what happened that night?"
That's what Mr. Foghorn said. Said a fire started in the core and was ranting about some toy or something.
Oh, I seem to look like I'm looking like I'm distracted, and I'm like, so there hasn't been any kind of like gossip or rumors about what's been going on?
Well, I mean, I suppose the tenants have been talking about it a bit. Maybe hoping that
What
it doesn't cut into their rent or anything.
what are they? Well, that's all they've been talking about is the rent, or have they said anything else?
Well, that's as far as I know. I don't exactly talk a lot to them. Kind of mostly read while I'm on shift.
Understood, understood. All right. Well, thank you very much for this favor, and I guess I will pull a dollar bill out and, you know, shake his hand with it. Um,
He
and
gets the message and pockets it quietly.
and
But you are up in the apartment. What do you intend to do?
um, I just take a look around and see whatever vibe I guess I could get from it. I guess I take out the newspaper article
Right.
that flew into my face and I close my eyes and I just go, "What are you trying to tell me?"
You close your eyes, but you don't necessarily have any aura reading abilities or
No, I don't.
anything of that sort.
I'm just
You
hoping that I
just
get a
feel the
sign.
cold air and smell the smoke. Go ahead and roll me mind observation.
Mind up. Oh, okay. So, it's pretty much this roll.
Oof, that's another one. Okay. Would you like for your bad luck to strike? Since it's charged, this is purely optional.
Um,
Or would you like to just take a favored use on observation and reroll?
hmm. No, you said my bad luck's already charged?
Yeah, so it doesn't have to happen.
Then no, I won't do it. I
Okay,
only
and you
want to
don't want to
okay.
reroll either. So we just got one success.
Okay.
Alright, so you open your eyes, you look around the apartment, and the thing that draws your eyes the most is, of course, a small section corner of counter where there is, in fact, a toaster sitting there. It's strange. It's like a grill, but it's vertical. What madman does this?
And yeah, I walk over and I pick it up and I'm just like I'm kind of like dangling it or whatever's left of it, and I'm just kind of like, ooh, that looks weird. I wonder.
It's made out of metal, so it's still mostly intact. However, it is a little bit melted at this point.
And I'm just like, wonder how you're supposed to use this thing. I'm like, no wonder this place caught on fire.
You sort of fiddle around with it, and you press a tab on the side, and it goes down and then comes back up with a spring. It's
And
fascinating.
I do a little cat jump and I hiss at it. All right. I heard there's a story about a doll. I'm gonna look around and see if I can see a leftover remnant of a doll or some other place where the fire could have started from.
Okay. You do sort of search the apartment, and the doorman will raise his eyebrow at you a little bit as you kind of investigate elsewhere, trying to watch and make sure you aren't taking anything. But you don't notice a doll in the apartment.
Hmm. There we go. Hmm. Okay. I'm done here. And I just walk out the door and back over to the elevator and silently make my way out of the building.
Okay, he'll follow you down because he still has to go back down too. So you say goodbye and you have an awkward moment of walking with him. Uh, but you head back outside. Uh, what do you intend to do?
What I intend to do is, what apartment is Mr. Foghorn, right? That's the guy's name.
Yes.
What apartment was he in? On the third
He
floor.
was in the third story corner apartment.
Okay. As we're leaving the place, I want to see if I can know, because I imagine this has like a mailbox directory thing in the front door where like everyone's
Mm-hmm.
apartment number and last name are listed, kind of deal.
Yeah.
So I want to take note of his two immediate neighbors' names and apartment numbers for future follow-up.
Okay. So you'll go ahead and mark those down for now. Go ahead and keep the note for yourself and just remind me of it when you get to it then.
No problem. And yeah, I say thank you. I'm sorry that I was curt with you. It's a very sensitive thing, and Mr. Fargo appreciates it. And then I just walk away, and I'm just like, and once again, I'm
He'll
like,
groff a little bit and then just pull up his book.
and as I'm walking away, I'm just like, and I'm literally like, I look crazy because I'm talking to myself, like, why don't you just tell me straight what the heck you want from me? And I just walk back to the theater.
All right.
And I'm done.
Okay, so you walk back to the theater. Zamek, was there anything extra special you want to do right now? Or are you still just working? I mean, not Zamek, I mean Dante. I'm sorry.
I was like, you just,
I was just addressing.
yeah, he goes back to theater, but he's still working. I mean, not really, because it's supposed to be Zamek's show next. So, I think if Zamek's working, and I have to go through the mental process, of, okay, everything I personally need to accomplish is a town away, so not going to do that. I know nothing. I know nothing about what the hell's going on with the Mr. Wonderful situation. I think if I was going to do anything tonight, I would go visit the Riddles.
The Riddles. I'm trying to remember who they were again. Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah, the Riddles.
You don't remember the Riddles?
I'm sorry, I'm so
Voldemort.
very sleepy today.
Tom?
But yeah, you can definitely visit them, and they will be happy to receive you in their tiny little apartment.
Yeah, go see how they're
They'll
doing.
serve up a bit of bread with butter on it for you.
Oh no, I don't want to take... Yeah, I want to eat up their food, and they need that food. Don't waste that butter.
I got a toaster for it and everything.
Oh, wow. Moving up in the world, I mean, I don't have a toaster. I mean...
Yeah, when they just fall off the back of the trucks, they gotta put them to good use, right?
Oh yes, fall off the back of the trucks. That's what they do.
Hey, I don't need any suspicion coming my way like that. But they'll have a hearty laugh over it. And they enjoy your company. And of course, little Timothy is ready to listen for any magical tricks you have.
I'm probably doing like little sleight of hand shit like all night.
Right, and he'll try replicating it. He'll have a coin in his hand. He'll just keep fumbling down to the floor, but he'll keep trying.
Yeah, I'll help him.
Adorable. All right, so we'll go ahead and go back to Claudia then. Claudia, so you're coming back around 4 p.m., correct?
4 a.m. Because the package should arrive early this morning. Get there, stake place out by pretending to be a groundskeeper. Because I have to watch the front door for when the package arrives, and then I'm going to have to shadow the package to see, after the receiver gets it, what they do with it. So basically, I'm hanging around shadowing the place.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to get the motion of events in play. So 4 a.m.
Yeah, I'm basically going to hang around for 2 or 3 hours.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna hang around until the morning delivery happens, then. Got it. Okay, so go ahead and give me a.
That won't be that. Yeah, it shouldn't be that weird to have a 4 a.m. groundskeeper there.
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead and give me a roll to just sort of blend in case anyone does see you here. What do
Okay.
you have to blend in?
Can I get an assist bonus?
Yes, you do, because you case it out and match the uniform.
All right.
You don't have the embroidered signature on it like they do, but it looks good enough.
I have a skill specifically for blending in with a crowd. It's called disguise.
Ooh, perfect.
2 successes. I think that's enough.
That it sure is. You definitely look the parts of a groundskeeper.
Yep.
You have a little spade in your pocket, and you just kind of shuffle the front garden a little bit as if you're doing something.
If I can, I'd like to walk around with a bag of garbage and a pointed stick.
Oh, absolutely.
The garbage is easy to find. Pointed stick, not so much. Okay.
But you wait around for your package to end up delivered. And you see a mailman drive up to the
It'd be a special
drive up to the
delivery.
parking lot.
It's being sent special delivery. So
Yeah. So he pulls up in the truck,
Yep.
steps out, pulls out the box, and will walk
Okay.
it all the way up to the door.
yeah, I'm gonna shadow him.
And you're following him inside the building too, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna look like I'm cleaning up garbage. So
Okay.
hopefully don't. But I'm also trying to be sneaky while I do it because I am sneaky.
Right. You've already seen morning staff come in and start setting up, so the door is already open. And when he comes in, he goes straight to the front desk, simply sets it down there, and asks for a signature from the front desk.
Is it the
gladly
woman that
sign
was
it off.
described earlier?
Was that?
Is it you said it was Quee? What was the full name? She didn't pronounce it.
Here we go. I'll have to go find the name again. I'm going to go ahead and copy paste it so that we don't have to find it again.
Okay. Depends on what line she was on Ellis Island. Ochi. Huh. That's not Japanese. Okay. All right. I will wait for Miss Ochi to sign for it.
All right. She comes by the front desk, signs for it, and takes a look at the package and takes a look at the markings on it. She shrugs a little bit, puts it into a special bin underneath the desk, and walks away.
Okay. Great. So now I get to hang around here waiting for someone to come by and empty the special bin.
Okay.
My day's exciting.
Indeed. So you continue to pretend to garden, and people are actually starting to truly filter in.
Mhm.
And at this point, I'm going to say, even if people made an opposed roll, they might not possibly beat you rolling a 12. So I'm only going to roll them a d12 for their familiarity, and
Well,
only the people who are truly familiar would possibly notice, but
right.
not
Well,
a single one of them questions you whatsoever.
yeah, I mean they've got one success. Like this is not exactly a duel, but like maybe an environmental challenge. But then again, I have 2 successes, so I would only fool people who are like highly suspicious. Which
Exactly, maybe someone who runs or owns the place, someone who comes by every day, or someone who
the
actually
actual
manages and
head of
works here.
townskeeping, the actual boss. You know, hey, I remember hiring you.
Yeah, it's like, wait a second, what's your task for today? Didn't
Right.
hand any out to you.
Yeah, this would be the moment in the comic book where I go, I hope nobody spots me, and then no one did. Excellent, thank you.
Instead, of course, the lead groundskeeper, a sort of old sloth, will come wandering by with a checklist, just kind of look at you with a halfway glance and go, that bed was done yesterday. Go do that one over there. And he just
Sir,
points around and walks away.
I wonder if that guy knows I'm a gardener, I say, staring at my dirty gloves. Okay, I'll go make the bed. Cover these giant muddy handprints.
Oh, I meant garden bed.
Oh, shoot, okay.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
Oops, it's my first day.
But you do have a nice clear view of the window straight to the front desk, and of course
Yep.
you see Miss Beverly come back in and look through the rest of the mail and start sorting it.
Hey, I'm not a
Several
half.
letters all seem to keep going to the same bin.
Hmm.
And eventually, after sorting them all out and putting some into different boxes, she will pick up the bin that she's been filling up and walk away with it.
Okay. Well, I'm not a half bad gardener. I could
Give me
have
a
been working.
garden check. How much did you ruin this? No, no.
I got one success, so
Hey,
barely
yeah.
passable.
All right, the plants aren't dead.
Hooray! Wait. Okay, first seeds, then dirt. All right.
Wow.
Oh,
This working with
I
your
got.
hand stuff is what the normal people do?
I gotta quickly dust off my hands, grab my bag of trash, my pointed stick, and sneak after her. I gotta see
All
where she's
right.
going.
She's heading into the building towards some offices.
Taking down
And
the
is
offices. Who knew?
indeed. And of course she's heading towards one with her name on it, which says, Beverly Ochi, nurse.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for her to get the package. What did she do with the package I sent? Does she put it in that office?
she does. She, has her door open. She sets the package down. You're sneaking about at this point, I think.
I'm gonna hang around outside her office, looking like I'm emptying the ashtray or whatever, like 8 times in a row or whatever. I'm waiting to hear if she opens the package.
Okay. Uh, you busy yourself and make it seem like you're doing something. But you don't hear her empty the package. Instead, you hear her pull out a little sheet of paper,
Mm-hmm.
write something down on it, and then put it over the address.
Wow,
She
how
puts a
deep
little
is
bit
this
of glue on top of it, and simply shrugs, puts it aside, and starts doing the same with the number of letters here. She actually is taking them all and is putting them all into a single envelope.
She's readdressing them. Oh my god, how deep is this network? It's like a spy network. All right, I'll hang around. I guess eventually she'll leave, right? Like at least a call of nature.
Right, she busies herself throughout the day with a number of duties, and she'll actually take the entire bin straight back out there, and it'll wait out there until someone comes by to pick it up.
I gotta see what the address is on the package now.
Okay, so there are people manning the front desk and people wandering around who might find it suspicious if you actually went up to the to all those letters and started shuffling them around.
Um, well, that's when I'll take off the. I only have the groundskeeper outfit. Well, time to go to the laundry room and steal a maid outfit.
All right, so I'll probably want something regarding stealth for that. Probably
All right,
speed dexterity. I mean, speed stealth.
speed and evasion.
Speed evasion.
2
There we go.
successes. I'll steal the outfit and put it on.
Excellent.
Now,
And go ahead and roll an extra d12 for disguise at this point.
right, and as a maid, nothing, but. And now as a maid, I'll go up to the front desk. That won't carrying a feather duster. That won't look that weird.
Indeed. Nobody questions it whatsoever. In fact, someone is already dusting another part of the room. You look
Yep.
quite the part. So you take a look at it, you see that there is another local address on this.
Mhm.
And while you're not too familiar with where exactly it might be, it does seem like it would be back in Tregoga proper, probably along the lakefront, and probably among a bunch of other industrial areas.
Well, you don't have to tell me too much. I don't actually have local area knowledge.
This is more or less, you are familiar enough with the city because you've been there forever that you would know this is probably the industrial area, this is a neighborhood, and
Sounds like it's
it's
east side.
like downtown. That's
Well,
not particular knowledge, it's just general knowledge.
And the zip code system hasn't been standardized yet, so often they'll write a bunch of crazy crap on the address. The zip code system doesn't get put in until the 50s.
Okay. I'll try to remember that for the future. But as is, it's not exactly secret.
Okay. I'll copy the address down in Slater's book.
All right, you go ahead and copy the address down. Close your
Okay.
book.
Then I'll pick up the house phone
Mhm.
and call for a cab.
All right, so you go ahead and call for a cab, and you're just gonna walk out with the maid outfit, right?
I'm gonna walk right out with the maid outfit on.
I wonder how long it'll be before they notice it's missing.
And there's one missing maid outfit and one extra gardener outfit. Possibly they won't even notice.
It's quite possible they won't.
The weirdest thing will be the cab driver comes to pick me up, and I'll say, take me to, take me to the Great House Manor. Here's another $20 to never tell anybody you did this.
Oh, of course. Wouldn't tell anybody. And, you are driven off. So let's go ahead and check back in on Zamek. Zamek, so you have a couple of addresses and, a burnt building. What are you planning to do on next here?
I mean, I'm kind of like out of ideas. I don't know what to do next. So, I mean, yeah, I'm just like, I'm sitting in, well, actually now I'm sitting in, I guess I got to work on my act finally. So I'm just sitting there with like a blank piece of paper with the words "my act," and the rest of the page is blank. And I'm just sitting there tapping the page with my pencil, going, "My act, my act." Cursing my ancient ancestors for not being clear with me.
Yes, it's a shame the spirits are not simple and direct. They have no voice of their own.
And I look up in the mirror like, I'm pretty sure my shaman would have said there would be days like this.
Yes, the flashback happens, and you and he are sitting at a fire. Sometimes the spirits will want you to do something, and they will tell you nothing. You'll have to figure it out. And when it's done, you'll look back and go, why did I have to do any of that? And then you flash back to the present. Your act.
My act. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. At this point, the only person I can think of is a librarian from the occult investigation squad thing. Maybe I ring her up. Maybe I'm just sitting here like, maybe I'll give her a call. Maybe she could set some insight as to how I should be approaching this.
Okay, if you want to give a call to Emmett, she will pick up. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, Samek. Oh, it's good to hear from you. I heard back from Martin. He seemed very happy when he came back.
Well, yeah, he took care of his kid.
Oh, it's so nice of you. It's good to see him smile lately.
And I go, listen, I'm kind of calling like on an official business, and I tell her about the fire and the doll and the whole thing, and I'm like, I'm not quite sure how to.
Sounds very familiar, actually.
Oh, do you? Maybe you can point me in the right direction, shed some insight, because I kind of feel this is important. I don't know. I got a funny feeling about it. My whiskers are tingling.
I may have seen a few news stories like this before. I could look those up for you. Oh, and by the way, I've received a check from the national organization. They like the report that I wrote up for them. You could come in and claim your share of it if you'd like at any point.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I'll be down. Yeah, you can do it right now if you want.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. You could help me move some of the stacks here, and I'll find the papers we need.
Great. And at that, I'm like, I'll see you in a few. And I hang up the phone, and I look over at the sheet of paper that says my axe, and I grab it, and I crumple it up, and I throw it in the waste paper basket, and I sneak out the place again.
Excellent.
Sneak out of the place. You're the only occupant of.
Well, I'm assuming you're still in the theater.
No, I left a while ago.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, never mind.
You're hanging out with Martin right now.
Yeah, Martin and sorry, I put the joke in my head and I can't remember his brother's name. Martin and Timothy.
Like an intermission, and I'll be right back.
It's Timothy. Tom is the one who turns evil eventually. We got to keep an eye on him.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Which is the joke because Tom doesn't exist. Tom Riddle being the Harry Potter character, for those in the audience who don't remember that joke. Yeah, but honestly, I'm just being dragged along, and then when I'm not dragged along, I find that I have very little to do other than my own character stuff, which is plan a magic show and entertain kids.
Yeah. So what's your private agenda? What's your
What's your secret thing? Oh, let me just tell you.
He wants to be a real wizard.
Well, I might actually help you.
Well, I mean, we haven't crossed paths since...
It's the untoward incident where we were buried alive.
No, actually, I was going to say, the Mr. Wonderful thing at the warehouse, because you were in the same truck as us, weren't you?
That's true. But I was in disguise. You might not have recognized.
It's true, and I was so confused by what was going on, I don't think I would have tried.
So I did give you my contact information. I mean, if it's something I might actually...
I don't know. Does the woman in black actually mess with missing children?
I'm kind of anti-missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a vigilante. She'll fight for anybody who's been in need or danger.
I'm just saying, if you were like a Batman analog, right? How many missing children stories does Batman have?
Not enough.
I mean, Superman has plenty.
Listen. You know, there's certain types of missions that Batman goes on. You know, there's like A class, B class, C class. You know, like kidnapping is somewhere in the B level, C level kind of thing. Like we don't get to see it every day because it's like kidnapping. Like, you know, who cares?
Well, you
only care about when the Joker wants to kill him.
In The Dark Knight Returns, considered a seminal Batman story, not one, not two, but stories that Batman involves himself in.
True, but I mean, usually the missing people that Batman involves himself with are Catwoman and things of that nature.
Depends on who's writing that day, but I'm an old school,
detectives.
Right here.
This is adventure detectives Batman more than DC, Justice League Batman.
That, and also I am trying to also build up a cabal network.
Right, I also don't... Did you give us contact information?
Yeah, I gave you all my card. Split to the black phone.
Plus, let's be realistic. I see you more like the Green Hornet or like the Phantom than Batman. Because it seems to be more analogous to the era.
Yeah, my actual inspiration is Lobster Johnson.
What's on the card, though? Just,
Oh, one side is black, other has the phone number.
That's got to cost you some money. Covering one side of a card in black ink.
It's embossed.
This could be for any black card. This could be the Black Club downtown. Where did I get this from?
From any of your mass vigilante stationery stores.
I'm a magician. I hang out with a lot of costume people.
So wait, is this like a kit that you turn into and you just get like the mask and the card? And
I want to remind you that the meeting I was hanging out at that place for, that was happening right after, is for a bunch of magicians. This could be anybody's card to me.
You don't remember? So yeah, it'd be hilarious. Like I mixed remember, and that's no name on it. Yeah. Yeah, no, you see my outfit there. It's just all black outfit, picture. And then, I just put the handkerchief across my face. It's covered in lace skull. And then no one knows who I am because I'm in disguise.
Yeah.
I'm back. I heard skulls.
All we had to do is wait for the one person who's so allured by your eyes that they instantly recognize you.
We were discussing the finer points of 30s vigilante, logistics. Like where do you get your business cards and like, is there like a store where you get the outfit from?
Oh yeah, Macy's has the vigilante section, if I recall. Or is that Sears? It's so hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah, I'm in that era where we're just really nicely dressed.
Well, I mean, you'd have to get them printed yourself somehow because you don't want to, Yeah, I need these black cards printed. Hey, isn't those the same cards?
The mask
Yeah, it's
vigilante
not-
always
I
leaves
mean, like
behind.
anybody could have a black card. The only thing would be like really the domino mask if you're wearing one of those.
Isn't
That
this-
could just be easily handcrafted.
Isn't this literally the black lady's calling card?
Yeah, but now you guys are getting into the fun parts of like, so how does Bruce Wayne build all that stuff in the Batcave? Contract that out or sell?
Yeah, how
Is
do you
there
get
any record
deliveries
of him
made?
renting the
I have
backhoe?
another game I'm literally about to start where it's like, alright, so we're in Waterdeep, and I'm a rogue mason. Obviously, I'm the person building everyone's secret lair. Everyone has one in the city.
So, yeah, that begs a really interesting question. Like when you're building the Batmobile,
Well,
like,
they
where do
always
you
say it,
deliver the
though.
parts to?
They always say that, though. They say it in some of the movies that he subcontracts to a bunch of different people who he gives different jobs to, so that none of them put the pieces together.
What happens
Yes,
when the
you're right.
IRS
You're
Ask
right.
audits?
questions when the
Yeah,
giant
yes.
penny gets rolled in, though.
That's
What
right. They
happens
had
when
the
the
whole
IRS audits in?
That's what Lucius Fox is for.
tax. Yeah, no, that's all the corporate tax shelters and whatnot. So that's all covered.
The
You're right, there
Lucius
was the
Fox
whole-
character runs all the business side of things, and his job is to hide everything.
So
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
they go
Right.
over all that in Batman Begins when they were making the outfit. And they were like, yeah, we'll subcontract this so no one knows where we're coming from.
Alright,
Yeah.
so Zamek, are you going to be going to the library?
Let's all go to the library.
And are you able to assist with research with mind and academics?
Yes, I can.
Alright.
Let me give you that roll. Mind academics, sure can.
I'm pretty sure I have actual stats for Emmett. Oh, I sure do. That is not a success whatsoever. But you could still tap your luck trait since it's charged.
I will do it this time because I'm getting annoyed with this. So let me
Alright,
re-roll
so
that.
you could go ahead and give her a d12. And of course, she is a researcher, so she already has one of those at the very least. And
So there
she
you go.
has a brain and academics because she is a writer.
All right, and I rolled a 5.
No, I'm sorry. It's a die you give someone else.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had to roll it.
It's okay. It's basically enhanced teamwork. And since this is something that she is good with, this is her favorite use to do more research through newspapers. So that is 4 successes for your librarian. All right. So she pulls out paper after paper of about the last month of a number of fires started across the city. All of them appear to have happened in different apartments. And a few of them also happen to blame dolls. One of them has a longer description of the doll, such that you could identify it. It seems
it a-
like some sort of a strange pig-like toy.
Is it a
A
particular?
doll.
Is it a particular brand or type? Does it
Uh,
explain it?
I believe this one says that it's a Mr. Wonderful doll.
A Mr. Wonderful doll, and I go,
I've never heard
Right.
of that before.
I go, yeah, that name sounds familiar. Why does that sound familiar to? Okay, that's interesting. That actually is very helpful. Yes, thank you. That's actually very helpful.
And I actually have a few of the public police releases here as well.
And what do they say?
And I've noticed that in 2 of the reports, one particular name has come up twice, actually. Let's see.
And-
It says that they purchased it from someone who was living in the apartments at the time. Someone named Jennifer Osborne.
Jennifer Osborne. Does that name sound familiar to me?
You have not heard that name ever before.
Okay, so I take a note of that. Jennifer Osborne, creepy dolls, creepy Mr. quote unquote wonderful dolls, fires, mysterious question mark
You don't
underline.
think. So, what is this about then? What do you think she's doing?
I don't know. There's something weird about these dolls.
I suppose the pertinent thing to do would be to ask.
Okay. I go, you've been a real doll? Give her a kiss on the cheek. And I go, thank you for
She'll
all your help.
blush a little bit and swoon a little.
And I
Oh, you
go,
scamp. Let's get
and I
out of here.
go, you also have my boss's cut of the money?
Oh, of course. If you're going to bring it over to Dante, I'll spread it out here, and she will put $40 on the table.
And I sweep it up and I go, pleasure doing business with you, ma'am. And I walk out the library.
And of course, Claudia, later tonight you will have a message that there is a reward for you to pick up at the library.
An award?
A reward.
Reward.
Is there a ceremony? A reward. Wow.
Yes.
Oh wow, like $5. Oh my god.
More than that.
I can tip my butler's butler with it.
Exactly. I figured you wouldn't care at all. But let's see.
All right, so I guess the one thing I do after I leave the library is I go to the payphone, and even though Fui's not here, I guess would be the only person I would have contact with. It would be the detective, right? Because we were hanging out for that whole thing with Mr.
Right.
Wonderful.
And
So-
you start to phone him up, and it just comes back ringing and ringing.
Well, I
And
call
ringing.
up the department, right? I know what department he works from.
Yeah, you could call up the Trigoga Police Department if you really want to.
Right. I call up after not getting an answer. I call up the police department and I ask them to leave a message for the detective to reach out to me, as I say I have some information about Mr. Wonderful.
Sure thing. Anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to
Nope,
make a
that's it.
police report?
Nope, I'm good.
Very well. We'll leave the message.
And as I hang up, I go, I wonder if I should have said that. Oh well, I guess it'll all work out. It's the police. You should trust them.
Meanwhile, like, takes you back tomorrow. It's like, that's why you shouldn't trust the police.
Meanwhile, the entire Tritoga Police Department's in the pocket of the mafia. That's it. I'm satisfied. I'm done. I gotta go
okay.
home and I gotta go home and actually figure out a match. I think I have an idea. I'll write up something, and then I guess we'll do the magical act next session.
All right, so you're setting up for an act then.
Yep.
And you'll go ahead and go through the next day. And Dante, was there anything in particular you wanted to do with Martin and Timothy?
Well, it's more
Or
about
just having a pleasant time.
well, having a pleasant time, sure, and also just seeing that they're okay.
Yeah. Well, after things down at the workplace, they haven't let anyone go. Union, you see, but they're busy repairing that warehouse over there. And I guess I'll be back to work in a couple of days once they're finished propping that back up. I imagine they've let go of the lease there that the Labrazios had.
Quick reclarification, Martin is what, like 14, 15?
Martin's like 19.
Okay, I had a misunderstanding about how old he was.
Yeah, he is a full adult.
Well, he is an adult. He's like a third my age, so I'm not going to consider him a full adult.
Right, he's not your peer, but he is a full adult who owns his own apartment.
Yeah, no. Listen,
He is a person with which conversation will probably eventually happen, where he will say, "Hey, look, man, I am an adult."
Actually, dude, in the 30s, being 18, you were a full grown man at that point.
I'm
Yeah,
older than
Timothy's
30s.
almost the man himself. I gotta teach him to be on the right course.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was thinking that he was like 14 or 15,
Show it to the
and
bosses and tell
he's
the police to fuck off.
and thinking he's working at the docks or something. But now I know he's 19. I know he's like closer to death.
That's right. Average life expectancy 24, dead next year.
Well, it's like 30 or something like that.
I think it's like 60, isn't it?
I looked it up, the average lifespan. I can't remember. I know I pasted it to you when I said how old I was, but
No, I'm pretty sure it was somewhere in the mid-40s.
I know it's. I'm like
It's
shooting on the
been a
low
bit,
end.
but I'm not gonna have anyone keel over just yet.
I mean, arguably though, being older just put you
Also-
closer to death. It's
also,
an unarguable
remember-
statement.
Remember that statistics actually skewed because it's actually more about infant mortality than actually the youngest age you would die
Right.
at.
That's
Sure,
true.
but it also implies accidents, so there is no real measure. Anyways,
Anyways,
I guess when I get done there, I'm gonna go. Man, where can I find a public phone? Find a public phone? The library?
Anywhere, right outside.
Really? Yeah, but I mean for somebody who has no money.
Oh, in that case, Martin, just because I got a phone here.
I'm famous, not wealthy.
You
Emperor
can use it.
Emperor Norton is also famous around this time, or actually a couple of years ago, I guess he died, but famously broke. Or a couple of years from
Right.
now he'll die. I can't remember.
But like I said, Martin does have a phone if you want to use that, unless you're looking for a different phone entirely.
I don't know what you mean by a different phone, but I guess I'll use Martin's phone if he's down for letting me rack up the charges.
It's okay. It's all part of rent anyway. I'm just surprised they wired the whole place up. So who are you gonna call?
It's a 3-story building. There's an old eccentric man who lives on the top. We all have stoves and refrigerators. Sorry, this is a joke no one else is gonna get.
It's an old man who feeds the birds. I don't know why he serves them lunch up there, but you know they have their union break.
No, I was making a Call of Cthulhu game joke. Game joke. Anyways, I guess I'm gonna pull out a black card.
Dun dun dun.
And call the phone number.
Claudia, after your shenanigans, or actually I think a little bit before them, you'll receive a call.
On the black phone.
Yes.
I'll answer it. Ahoy, hoy.
Hello? This is, Dante. We had a meeting earlier.
Ah, yes, Dante the Magician. How's your show doing?
The original, actually. It went well. I see we had good reviews. There was a good intake on the ticket marketing.
I'm pleased to hear it. You have your commitment to craft should be duly awarded with the attention and accolades that it deserves.
I appreciate that. I was, a bit disappointed to not have seen you in the audience.
I have to send my great regrets, but I have a lot of pressing duties that make it very difficult for me to attend. Perhaps we'll set up something private. But I sense you didn't call today to attempt gain my patronage. That rather you have some more pressing business on your mind.
Oh, it never hurts to try to press the flesh, as it were. But yes, I don't quite remember the circumstances of our meeting. Well, you know, otherwise, the library thing, but I remember something about a warehouse. Anyway, I do remember that you had a very particular set of skills that you were trying to sell me on.
Why, yes, I do have a very specific set of skills. I will find you.
Well, it's not me that needs to be found. They see, are you very... Well, I guess you just said that you're pretty good with missing persons.
I'll sigh, because I'm thinking, like, there's one missing person I can't find. And then there's another one. Anyway, you sound distraught. Please, tell me of your troubles. How can I help you?
Well, you see, there's a small community, just not outside, far outside Turkoga, called Willow Springs, and there are a number of children that seem to be going missing there quite often.
That's terrible. Who's
Yes.
going to run our meatpacking plants? Who will deliver our evening papers?
Well, I'm sure Turkoga itself is full of disenfranchised youth. That's not really a problem. Disenfranchised. I'm probably saying these
It's hard
things
to tell
next to
which
kids.
perspective was more cruel.
Well, I'm sure the person making the phone call trying to help people is. Anyway.
Missing children.
I know.
Well, haven't you contacted the police? I believe they have a vested interest in solving these crimes.
I believe they have already been contacted, and there has been of no use.
Well, I'll ask my butler to see if any of them are here, but I strongly doubt they could get past the electrified fence.
It's probably a long pause. I mean, I don't know what you mean by that. Do you live somewhere where there's a large electrified fence?
I live somewhere where no orphans are sneaking in. That's for damn sure.
That really must kill the sidekick business.
No, no orphan.
We'll find you an appropriately orphaned ward soon enough, I'm sure.
On a more serious note, how do you think I could help you find these missing children?
Well, you just said earlier that you were skilled at finding people, and I was accosted earlier today by a parent that for some reason suspected that I had something to do with their little girl's disappearance, an 11-year-old named Claudia. And I thought that you handed me your card, that you might be good at these sorts of things, that I might give you a call and see what might happen.
Save Claudia. This tears at my heartstrings. I'm broken up inside. Well, wow, I'm torn. All this start thinking my entire life, all these resources, training, and money. What good is it if children are being abducted in the middle of the night? Why did this man? And then I'll come out of my reverie. Sorry about that. I was having a flashback. Why would someone come to you claiming for a missing child? Are you related?
No, I was in the town earlier yesterday, doing some investigations into matters relating personal, and you saw me in town and thought that I might be related to the problem in some respect.
That's horrible. Just because you're a foreigner doesn't mean you're up to malfeasance. That is a horrible stereotype that we should completely eradicate.
Yes, but I feel like in 30 to 40 years it's not really going to matter anymore.
I'm angry with rage. Well then, I would be happy to help you in this investigation. So Claudia is the name of one of the missing children. Do you have any more information on them, like names?
Claudia Harvey. Harvey was her last name. She is a bear. She is from Willow Springs. She liked to spend time in the woods, apparently. Apparently her aunt also went missing at some point. Also in those woods.
I'm guessing we might want to start with the woods.
I was there yesterday, in fact. I met a woman there, a forest ranger, who said that the woods were perfectly safe and kids are playing in them all the time.
Give me a number where you can be reached.
I cannot. I cannot. I do not have use of a phone. I am in fact at somebody else's place right now, borrowing theirs.
Call me back in 48 hours and I'll tell you what I've discovered.
Mara just looks at you and goes, "Hey, who are you talking to?"
I do not know their name. They gave me a card with a black mark on the back of it.
Oh, was it the lady in black?
I'm sorry, do you go by the Lady in Black?
I suppose
How else
one
would you
name is
describe
as good
her?
as any other.
You were there, Dante.
I
Don't you
think
remember
she
that
said
was 2
yes.
days ago?
Who's talking right now?
Martin.
When? When do you mean?
Just a couple days ago.
No,
On
I
Friday.
mean, yes, but how do you... What? Out of character. How does he know? What?
No, I met Martin. He was my into going to the gang warfare, but you might not know that. I was the
Right.
one who kept telling him to go home, and he didn't listen to me.
I don't know
Right.
that there's any crossover between when you met Martin and when I met Martin, which is why I'm
Yeah,
confused.
apparently he's like we've both met him. It's funny. It's a small world, small city.